Good day. This is Professor Raymond Auerbach again. I've made 5 videos available to those who are interested in the McGregor Magic Festival, dealing with various aspects of organic production. Now, here's a bit of commercial self-promotion. I'm the director of the Biological Systems Laboratory, which does soil analysis. And I just want to tell you a little bit about this process of analysis that we're involved with, and also that the possibilities, the advantage of using the Biological Systems Laboratory is that you will get a soil analysis and recommendations from somebody who is not selling any product to make your soil fertile. I'm selling you a process, understanding how your soil works, and where possible, I would advise you using local materials, but you won't understand the actual limitations of your soil fertility unless you get the soil analyzed. A good part of the soil physics you can understand simply by digging in your soil and digging a soil pit, looking at the subsoil. A good part of the soil biology you can understand by examining the soil and looking under a microscope to see which organisms are there, whether earthworms are present or not. And between those two examinations, you'll get an idea whether aerobic conditions are present in the soil or not. But what is really important also is to understand the soil chemistry, the pH, is the soil acid or not? The phosphate, is there phosphate in the soil? And more importantly, is it available, or is there toxic aluminium, which is binding the phosphate so that it's not available for plants? Are there trace elements available? Are there nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium in adequate amounts? So unless you get a soil analysis, you will not really be able to understand the soil chemistry and even the amount of organic matter in the soil. Unless you analyze soil carbon, you won't really know how much soil organic matter you've got in your soil. So I'm going to share the screen and go onto the website of the Biological Systems Laboratory. It's a strikingly website, so you'll see that when you look at the top of the page, the URL is biosystemslaboratory.mystrikingly.com. I'll spell that out: biosystemslaboratory dot mystrikingly.com. So that is the laboratory website, and the claim we make is that we can help you to make your soil fertile without poisons, without water-soluble chemical fertilizers that run into the subsoil and the rivers. And we have soil analysis available at the moment for organic farmers and gardeners. We hope to be setting up food and residue analysis and water analysis soon, but that will depend on demand. If there's a lot of demand for organic soil analysis, our laboratory will grow and we'll employ another scientist to help with the food residue, which is complicated chemistry. But we want to know whether there are poisons in our food. And then we also could quite easily add water analysis to our soil analysis. But you can register on our database and we'll send you updates and information on agroecology. You can have a look at the site, and it tells you about the services available. By the end of this month, we will have a near-infrared scanning system, a soil scanner, which will make our testing a lot quicker. And we are basing it on the research that I've been doing for the last 15 years. My book is also available, and you'll see there's a reference to it on the website as well. It's called Organic Food Systems Meeting the Needs of Southern Africa. And if you just Google CABI, which stands for Commonwealth Agricultural Bureau International, CABI, and then Auerbach, it'll take you to the CABI website where you can download an open access copy of the book. You'll be a bit shocked when you get there. It'll say £95 per copy, but there is a button saying open access free ebook, and simply clicking on that will download the book, which gives you ideas about the global position, what research has been done, what training is being done, and how research has developed the organic sector. And then it will also look at capacity building for African organic farming systems and the research that we've done at Nelson Mandela University. We call it the Mandela Long-Term Farming Systems Trials. They're described in chapter 18 to 22. And then chapter 23 is about urban food production. And chapter 24 is about the South African Organic Sector Organization's strategic plan for the next 20 years for the development of organic agriculture. So back to soil analysis. Our recommendations are derived from evidence-based science. We compared organic and conventional farm systems in the Mandela trials, and you can email us for advice. If you have soil analyses, you can simply send us your results and we'll give you advice, and that will be 200 Rand per sample. If you want the soil analysis and the advice, that will now cost 400 Rand per sample. And if you want a farm visit for a large-scale organic farmer, my wife and I can bring our soil analysis laboratory to your farm, spend a day with you, and she will analyze the soils while I go around the farm and advise about management. And before we leave, we'll be able to give you soil analysis results and a full soil fertility program. So there's an info sheet on the site which helps you to give crop and site details for soil analysis recommendations. You'll find it on the blog post, and there's a description of how to take a sample, send in the samples and the recommendations, and then you'll see the first of the news items. Soil fertility for organic farmers is a recent one which describes the laboratory's developments and links to the book. The second one gives you the information sheet and how to complete the information taking your soil samples. And the third one gives general ideas about soil fertility and the importance of growing your own vegetables, knowing that they are organically grown. There's a bit about soil phosphate and soil acidity and organic matter levels and nutrients, which you've already seen in the McGregor Festival details. And the address and a contact sheet is there. You can see we're based in George in the Western Cape. We have the laboratory here on our home plot. We've got a quite extensive laboratory that's been set up, and you can phone us or you could come and visit, but please make an appointment. Better to drop us an email to raymond.auerbach@mandela.ac.za. So please support this laboratory if you want it to continue. It is an expensive thing to keep going, and it is specifically designed for organic and agroecology farmers and gardeners. So we will only be in existence in a year's time if a considerable number of people make use of our facilities and our service. I'm going to stop sharing the screen from the website and just thank you very much, and thank you for your support of McGregor Magic Festival. I sincerely hope that the next McGregor Magic Festival we can all meet in the flesh at that wonderful little town called McGregor, which seems to be peopled by many, many people who care about Mother Earth and many wonderful gardeners. And it is wonderful to see how the food systems in McGregor are developing because there are conscious consumers, conscious producers, and people who care about bringing the two together. So thank you very much for participating in the McGregor Magic Festival, and thanks again to the organizers, and fare thee well.